Revelation chapter 3, verse 4. You have a few people in Sardis who have not soiled their clothes. They will walk with me, dressed in white, for they are worthy. When will we find any period in which the church was more like the state of Sardis, as described here, than it is right now? I will use the church in Sardis as an illustration of what I conceive to be the sad condition of Christendom at the present moment. My first point will be general defilement. There were only a few people, in Sardis who had not soiled their clothes. The holy apostle John said of the church in Sardis, "These are the words of him who holds the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your deeds. You have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Wake up, strengthen what remains and is about to die, for I have not found your deeds complete in the sight of my God. Remember therefore what you have received and heard. Obey it and repent. But if you do not wake up, I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what time I will come to you. Yet you have a few people in Sardis who have not soiled their clothes. They will walk with me, dressed in white, for they are worthy." The first charge of general defilement he brings against the church in Sardis was that they had a vast amount of open profession, but very little sincere religion. They had a vast amount of open profession, but very little sincere religion. I know your deeds. You have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. This is the crying sin of the present age. I am not inclined to be morbid in my temperament, or to take a pessimistic view of the church of the living God. I always wish to exhibit a kind spirit, and to speak as well as I can of the church at large. But God forbid that any minister should shrink from declaring what he believes to be the truth. In traveling throughout this land, I am obliged to come to this conclusion, that throughout the churches there are multitudes who have a reputation of being alive, but are dead. Religion has become fashionable. You can scarcely meet with a man who does not call himself a Christian. And yet it is equally hard to meet with one who is in the very marrow of his bones thoroughly sanctified to the good work of the kingdom of heaven. We meet with hundreds who profess to be Christians, but we must still expect to only meet a few who actually possess true Christianity. The whole nation appears to have been Christianized in an hour. But is this real? Is this sincere? We fear this is not true. How is it that people who profess to be Christians can live like everyone around them? How is it that there is so little distinction between the church and the world? Or that if there is any difference, you are frequently safer in dealing with an ungodly man than with one who professes to be righteous? How is it that men who boldly profess Christianity can live conformed to the ways of the world, indulge in the same pleasures, live in the same style, act from the same motives, deal in the same manner as others do? Is it not true that in these days the sons of God have come to resemble the sons of men? And we have reason to fear that something terrible may yet happen unless God will send a voice which will say, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins. so that you will not receive any of her plagues. Take our churches at large. There is no lack of different names, but there is a lack of life, as evidenced by the fact that our prayer meetings are so poorly attended. Where is the zeal or the energy shown by the apostles? Where is the Spirit of the living God? Hasn't he departed? Might not Ichabod be written on the walls of many of their sanctuaries? They have a reputation of being alive, but they are dead. They claim to be devout, but where is their sincere religion? Where is their practical godliness? Where is their firm, decisive, pure holiness? Thank God, there are a few people, even in Sardis, who have not soiled their clothes. But love itself will not allow us to say that the church in general possesses the Spirit of God.